If you can believe it, fall is already right around the corner, and if your child loves pets, then we have just the camp for you. We're going to tell you all about that and so much more right here on Pets on Parade. We're excited here this morning because it is Pets on Parade brought to you by 3TV. I'm Kelsey Dickerson with the Arizona Humane Society. Thank you so much for tuning in with us this Saturday morning. Now, if you're anything like me, you definitely love a reminder of the cooler weather, and it is pumpkin spice season. So we're going to give you some little different variations of pumpkin colors with these beautiful shades of orange, and we'll introduce you to these gorgeous pets in just a bit. And AHS is no stranger to specially abled pets, as well as their incredible ability to adjust after having a life-altering experience. Benedict is absolutely doing amazing and can't wait to meet you. Lisa's going to tell you all about his story in just a second. And there's nothing quite like a sparkly gem, and we are so fortunate to have one of our very own in studio. Unfortunately, whoever had Ruby before didn't know just how precious she is, Bree.
Oh, Ruby has been just a doll in the studio. She came in a little bit nervous, but people have been holding her and she's been snuggling and giving puppy kisses. She's about 7 weeks old. She is a Vizsla, which we don't get them into the shelter too often. And she is definitely a puppy. So she's going to need a family that's willing to probably do a puppy course with her for training. She loves chicken and hot dogs. So training should be pretty food motivated, easy. She is nibbling on me right now, so she will definitely need to have some redirection in her home with lots of toys and treats and just lots of love. But she ended up at our shelter because somebody had lost their home. And it's just so sad when we see these dire situations where people are not able to care for their pets anymore. And my heart goes out to them so much when they're trying to do the right thing. But she was abandoned at the shelter. She was left behind. Don't do that. We can make an appointment. Come talk to us. You can also visit Kelsey's going to have to help me with the website. I've forgotten is it Homeless Pets?
PetHousingHelpAZ.org right there on the screen.
Thank you, Kelsey. I appreciate it. I've got a happy puppy here. But her situation ended up being a good one. She is happy, healthy, and ready for adoption. And we want that for everyone. So definitely come down and meet her. She is such a sweetheart. Oh, my goodness.
Absolutely. And that website is a one-stop shop with resources for not just AHS, but a bunch of different shelters throughout Phoenix. And you know who is so excited about that? Our next guest, Benedict. We saw this cutie just a second ago, and he has adjusted incredibly well to 3 legs. I mean, he's just super excited to be making his big TV debut, Lisa.
Yeah, he doesn't want to wait his turn. You heard him there in the background. He's like, me, camera, mine. So he is a 9-month-old Benedict, little, what we call a pocket pitty. He's small, he's already 9 months old, and he was found as an injured stray. And so Good Samaritans brought him into an emergency animal clinic, who took a look at him, kind of healed up some of his wounds. Not only was that leg broken, it also had some, hey buddy, shh, it's okay, don't get too excited. So it also had some wounds on that front leg. So there wasn't enough skin, the leg was broken, and this crazy boy just had to learn to do without the leg. But his story is that he gets to live. He gets to find an adopter who will help him adjust. He's doing a great job. 3-legged dogs just put their one good leg in the middle. It's okay, buddy. Yes, it's okay. And they kind of disperse their weight. You'll always see that his front leg goes in the middle to support the weight of his head. And then just things you can do to support a 3-legged dog is to keep them from jumping off like furniture or down the stairs, that kind of thing, not too much pressure on the front leg, and keep them at a thin weight so he's not trying to carry around an overweight on that front leg. But he is doing wonderfully, adjusting well. He is still a playful pup, as you can see. He loves other dogs. That's what he's excited about in the studio here. So if you want to help dogs like Benedict, we have wonderful donors to the Arizona Humane Society, and we have a donation match going on. up to $61,000. We have wonderful donors that have agreed to match dollar for dollar for everybody that donates up to $61,000. So if you want to help Benedict recover and many more pets like him, think about your donation right now, because it doubles and it helps twice as many pets, just like this handsome youngster.
Absolutely, and if you'd like to do that, you can visit azhumane.org/match. Thank you so much. And like Lisa mentioned, there are so many different ways to be able to help the homeless pets at the Arizona Humane Society, and thanks to our partners at Valley Toyota Dealers. For the second time this year alone, you have the chance to win a brand new car with our Toyota raffle to help sick, injured, and abused animals cared for by our team. Valley Toyota Dealers has donated a brand new 2023 Toyota RAV4 valued at $32,000, with 100% of raffle proceeds donated right back to our pets. Tickets are $20 each or 3 for $50. Only a limited number of tickets are available, so be sure to buy yours before the deadline on October 31st by visiting azhumane.org/Toyota. And there's nothing quite as good as an adorable little kitten, except maybe two kittens. Who are these cuties, ladies?
We have Rhett and Toby. Or Rhett and Toby. I'm not quite sure. They're identical twins. Look at these little guys. They're 9 weeks old. They came to our shelter as underweight orphaned kittens, and they were very, they were underage as well. They're super small. And they came down with some tummy issues after being in our kitten nursery, and so they went into a foster heroes home. And that's where they got cared for, and they learned all the rules of being in a house environment and with other kittens, and how to play properly with their toys. And now they're so social and sweet, and I mean, two kittens are always better than one. We always say that, because for sure they learn from each other, and they're not going to be biting your hands. They're going to be romping and playing with each other. So I think someone needs to have little bookends here like these two, and that's going to be your new family right here.
The Arizona Humane Society is so thankful to an anonymous donor who is covering the adoption fees for all black cats and dogs over 1 year old for the next month. This family is doing this in honor of their pet, who they adopted from the Arizona Humane Society, Jean Valjean. He spent his golden years with his family and sadly lost his battle to cancer. But his family is honoring his memory by helping out pets who might be overlooked in a shelter environment, like black cats or older dogs. So if you're in the market for a black cat, or maybe two, or an older dog, you can visit our website at azhumane.org/adopt to see who's available. And thank you so much to our anonymous donor for your very generous and heartfelt donation.
Oh, absolutely. And I remember Jean being in the shelter, and he was an absolutely wonderful kitty. So thank you to our donor, and thank you, ladies, for that good information. And we say this every week, but fostering is truly so life-saving, and we love featuring a foster pet every week. So Taylor, I think everyone has been in love with him so far. Who is this?
So this special guy right here is Smalls. Despite popular belief, he's actually a young pupper. He's only 1 year old, and he is just the chillest, sweetest dog that you've ever seen. This little guy came to us in the beginning of August. Where a Good Samaritan found him, brought him in because he was not using that front left leg. So it was apparent to us that he had undergone some type of injury. So he was taken back to our Second Chance Animal Trauma Hospital, where we evaluated him. He got some x-rays done, and we did in fact see that that front left leg was fractured. So when deciding what his next steps were going to look like, our doctors were taking a close look at those x-rays and found that the bone had been displaced. So he was actually a good candidate for, instead of, strict crate rest and splint changes every week to heal that bone, what we did instead is we went in and did a bone plate repair surgery. So what that looks like in a foster home is 8 weeks after the surgery, they just cannot have any high level activity. So no jumping, running, rough playing, anything like that. But so far he's been doing so great on his healing journey. He's already 4 weeks post-op, and he has just been making such great strides. He is very, very chill for a young puppy, so keeping him nice and calm should be pretty easy in a foster home. As a foster, we do provide all the supplies that you'll need, all the medical supplies. We do all the treatment at AHS, and we also provide orthopedic training online at azhumane.org/foster. So if you're interested in fostering this guy Smalls, definitely check out our website to learn more about him and become a foster today.
Oh my goodness. I think the most activity he's going to have is wagging that adorable tail like he was earlier. Thank you so much for that, Taylor. And it feels like summer break just ended, so it's a little hard to believe that fall break is almost here, but AHS has the perfect fall break camp for your little ones. So we're going to tell you all about it when we come back after the break. Welcome back to Pets on Parade. Now, like we mentioned before the break, we have a wonderful way for your little ones at home to spend fall break with our fall break camps happening pretty soon. And joining me today to talk all about it is Shelby Brose, manager of our education and outreach team. Shelby, thank you so much for joining us today.
Absolutely excited to be here.
Yes, and I'm so excited for these little ones to be here. Now, before we get into all the goodness about the camp, can you please introduce us to these two?
Of course, here we have two of our animal teachers. This is Dawn and Dusk, and they are 1-year-old ferrets who are permanent residents of the Humane Society and really help be able to enhance our youth education program, adding in that hands-on component.
Oh my goodness, yes, I absolutely love it. I love ferrets. I don't get to interact with them enough, so I'm a little jealous of your team. But speaking of your team, anyone who's not familiar with what the Arizona Humane Society education and outreach team does, what is the role that we play, not just for homeless pets, but for just the community in general?
Of course. So our team of experienced educators are experts at cultivating community connection. And so really we have all sorts of different programs, from our youth education programs, like our nationally award-winning camp programs, scout experiences, birthday parties, our compassion in the community youth education program where we reach 20,000 Title I school children annually. And then of course our community engagement events like outside adoption events and our Cuddle Bunch programs. We do it all.
Truly, you guys have such an incredible reach, about 100,000 impressions throughout the community or something like that, probably more.
So many.
Yes, it's absolutely incredible. And like you mentioned, a huge focus is for education and being able to touch the little ones with, different abilities to be able to help our pets in the future. And one way is through our awesome fall break camp. Can you take us through that?
Absolutely. We are so excited to be hosting this program this October. So coming up in October at our South Mountain campus, we're hosting our Compassion Crew Youth Volunteer Days. And this is going to allow 9 to 12-year-olds to be able to really get this hands-on experience at the shelter. A big thing that we hear from folks is that they really want their kiddos to be able to have the opportunity to volunteer, to get down and dirty with what we're doing at the Humane Society, and really be able to help enrich the lives of our pets awaiting their adoptions. And so they're going to have that opportunity. Every single unique day of this program is going to allow those 9 to 12-year-olds to be able to create behavioral enrichment. So from puzzle feeders to scent enrichment, toy design, all sorts of stuff. And not only will they be able to create that enrichment for our adoptable pets, but they'll also be able to enrich the lives of our animal teachers like Dawn and Dusk, rabbits, guinea pigs, lizards, snakes, and every kid's favorite creepy crawly, our Madagascar hissing cockroaches. So those programs will be running from 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. every single day on Tuesday, October 10th, Wednesday, October 11th, and Thursday, October 12th at our South Mountain campus.
Absolutely. And what is so nice is you can either do all 3 days or a mix of just 1 day, 2 days, whatever works best for their schedule. And two, I've heard through the grapevine that there might be some discounts available as well.
There absolutely are. We know that families are looking to be able to save pennies wherever they can. So our programs cost $65 per day, or you can get all 3 unique days of this program for $150 for $45 total savings. And if they're looking to save even more, register any 2 campers at the same time and receive $40 off your total registration.
Okay, well, that sounds like a great deal to me. Plus, it's so much fun for the kids and so much fun for our pets as well. Shelby, for anyone who's looking for more information, where do they go?
Best place to go is our website. That's azhumane.org/youth-camps.
Awesome. I love it. And a short for that is also /camps. Shelby, thank you so much for being here with us. And Dawn and Dusk, you guys are definitely the stars of the show. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And thank you guys for keeping it tuned right here with us. Make sure to stay tuned because we have more puppy cuteness coming after the break, if she doesn't fall asleep first. Thank you for tuning back into Pets on Parade. Now, we just had to return to this picture because look at how gorgeous Feda's eyes are in that picture. You can't really see it here in the studio, just a little bit. And also, Janine, who doesn't love a good cheese?
Oh, it's one of my favorite cheeses. This is Feta, 2-year-old little pitty mix, and she was brought to an emergency animal clinic by the police. And then she was transferred to our shelter, and she was treated for tick fever, and she had a little bit of a head tilt, and that was because she had an ear infection, so they treated her for that. And so because she was a stray, we don't know a lot about her, but so if you do take her in your home, it'd be great if she was with a calm, neutral dog that would give her space just for her to learn how it is to be an indoor dog. So, and she takes treats very gently. Want some treat? And she is kind of noticing the other dogs in the studio, so I think she's very interested in other dogs. And she kind of head boops your leg just, you know, to get attention because she loves her treats, which is great for training. But she would have been a great example of a dog that needed to be in a foster heroes home just for socialization and to learn new skills. But we didn't have enough fosters that would take on large dogs. So that is a big need for us right now. If you could be someone that likes to work with bigger dogs, that would be awesome. So someone has to come check out this little girl, Feta, and give her a chance at a great life.
Oh my goodness, she's absolutely gorgeous. Thank you so much for that, Janine. And now we've had our fair share of gorgeous bunnies on this show, aka every bunny, but I just love this one's coloring. And who knew that we were going to bring the show to Pets on Parade with a little Cirque du Soleil?
Oh, she is absolutely wonderful, and you can tell that she loves being handled by humans because she had some really great foster heroes, which makes such a difference. She came to us thanks to a hoarding situation, so not a great start. She was just a little bunny with her mama. She was still feeding from her mom, so she went into a foster heroes home with her mother so she could get big and healthy and happy. And look how great she's doing now. She is ready for adoption, and I can't even explain how soft she is. I wish you could feel her through your television right now. She is just an absolute sweetheart. But right now with all of the critters, it's still doing that BOGO that we've been pushing every single weekend, the buy one, get one. So if you adopt one critter or cat, I believe, you can get a second for $0. So this would work for mice, rats, bunnies, all different types of critters that we may have at the shelter right now. Lots of times they are happier with a friend. So definitely come on down, see if that program works for you. But oh my gosh, she is just such a sweetheart, and she's young and happy, and she's ready to go to your home.
Oh my goodness, absolutely gorgeous. And yeah, and you don't have to worry about 2 bunnies turning into 10 because we spay neuter all of our bunnies, so that's also a good part of it. Thank you so much, Bree. And sometimes a lost tortoise makes his way to the Arizona Humane Society before we even open, and clearly he knew where to go for help. If you're missing your tortoise, likely near our South Mountain campus in Phoenix, please reach our Lost and Found team by calling the number on your screen and selecting option 3. In the meantime, our shelled friend is getting lots of love from our field operations team, and if you haven't already, please make sure to visit our Lost and Found Pets Facebook page on Facebook, so that way you can see everyone that is coming in, and also maybe even telling your friends if there's a pet that you recognize on there. And you may remember this bouncy mama from a few weeks ago. I think it's just safe to say that she's pretty happy that the puppies are gone, so she can be a puppy in her own right, Lisa?
Exactly. This is Sweetie. She is only 1-year-old herself. And I don't know if you remember a few weeks ago, Carrie was on the show sitting in the middle of a baby pool with Mama and all her puppies. I'm sure everybody remembers Crazy Carrie doing that. This is Mama, Sweetie. So her adorable 5 puppies are in a foster home, and she now is in official retirement. She is spayed, so no more puppies for her. But I love to be able to tell their full story. Sweetie here came into the Pinal County Animal Shelter down in Casa Grande. And they right away recognized she was pregnant. I don't know. Here, let me let her stand up here. She's skinny. She's long, skinny. She's a little border terrier. She's got this long, skinny body, and you could definitely tell she was pregnant. So they reached out to us, one of our partners down there at Pinal, knowing that we have the maternity suites for little ones like this, and we agreed immediately to take this sweet thing in to have her puppies. So there's another one of our dogs that's looking for a foster. There's another mama that's looking for a foster. We work with all types of other facilities, and the maternity suites is exactly that. Give a quiet spot for these guys to actually have their puppies. So once they are checked out, have the puppies, the vets clear them, then they go out to a foster home. So we are looking for fosters for mamas and puppies. If anybody wants this really rewarding experience, it's a fun project for the whole family. Older kids can help. So if you are interested, you can always look for yourself what type of mamas and puppies. They might be big or little. azhumane.org/foster.
Absolutely, and it is just the cutest thing. So thank you so much for that, Lisa. And now the only girl kitty we have on today's show. She definitely had to hold down the fort with her brothers, I think, Denise.
Yeah, she did. This is Skylar. She is 9 weeks old, and she came to the Arizona Humane Society with her siblings, who you met earlier in the show. Those black kittens that me and Janine spoke about are her brothers. She is a fun, happy kitten, and I think she takes really big naps, actually, because she was sleeping in her carrier when we took her out, and she's just barely starting to wake up. So it's taken a good 2 or 3 minutes for her to actually wake up. So she's going to be a very fun-loving, sleepy kitty probably in your home. The Arizona Humane Society offers a variety of mobile clinics throughout the valley. We concentrate on wellness exams and vaccines. It's so important that you vaccinate your pet, number one, to keep them healthy, and to number two, prevent the spread of potentially deadly diseases such as parvo. So for more information or to make an appointment for a wellness exam or a vaccine, visit our website at azhumane.org/events. Now, Skylar, just like all of our adoptable pets, has gotten all of her vaccines. She's been checked out by a vet, and she now that she's awake, is ready to go home.
I don't blame Skylar. I think a little cat nap is definitely necessary this Saturday afternoon. Thank you so much for that, Denise. And don't you change that channel. Sprout is very excited to meet you when we come back. Welcome back to Pets on Parade. Now we just have to show Sprout's adorable picture. Look at that face, Janine. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, she's right. I am in love with this little guy. Oh my, it's a girl. I'm sorry, it's a girl. Hi, Sprout. If you want a dog that you roll around the floor with and snuggle and they're just roly-poly, she is your girl. She is so sweet. And look at these little eyes. They're like those beautiful little almond-shaped pitty eyes. Oh, she's adorable and just hasn't stopped wagging her tail since she's been here. She's 9 months old. She was brought to an emergency animal clinic and transferred to our shelter, kind of like the other one. And she had a host of things wrong with her. She was emaciated, hair loss, stomach issues. She had all kinds of things, but now look at her. She's perfect. She gained from 22 to 30 pounds in less than 2 weeks. So she is popped back and she is ready to be someone's favorite person or puppy in their life. Oh my gosh, I love this dog.
Just absolutely so cute. Thank you so much for that, Janine. And last but not least, we have our last kitty of the show. Who is this, Bree?
Oh my goodness. This little sweetheart here is part of the kitten batch that you've met already on the show. And Gabrielle here is just an absolute sweetheart, very inquisitive, very friendly. For kittens, you always want to be ready in the house to have all those materials you need, lots of different toys, different scratchers for them to find out what type of scratcher they like. For example, cardboard, also the rope kind, the carpet kind. You want to have all of that readily available, especially having like 2 litter boxes so they set them up for success. But this little sweetheart here, oh my goodness, what a ham. Come down and meet her.
Oh, so cute. Thank you so much for that. And before we go, I just wanted to take a quick moment to remember my baby girl, Summer Sunshine. It has been exactly a year since I had to say goodbye to her unexpectedly. And though it wasn't nearly enough, I am so grateful for every single moment we had together and for every single person who allowed me to have such a light in my life. Because of you out there and because of every one of my colleagues, every AHS volunteer, and so many others, I was able to experience such a pure and joyous light. And like so many of you out there can attest to, we couldn't do that without you guys. So thank you so much. And thank you so much for tuning in to Pets on Parade. See you right here next week.